I was making my way back to New York after spending some time seeing some friends of mine in Pennsylvania. And on the way back, I saw what I had a hard time believing. But I saw it. I swear I did. Nonetheless. Now, we live on a farm up in New York. And I have a couple of English Mastiffs. They're big dogs. Easily hitting the scale anywhere between 150 to 170 pounds in weight. And they come up past my waist because I am kind of short. These gentle giants help keep my property and family safe. But what I saw that day while traveling back home made these large and heavy breed of dogs look small. Let me tell you what I saw. Now, I know there's no wolves, or let's put it this way, wolves are rare, if any, can be found in Pennsylvania. I know because in New York, wolves are rare to see, but we do have them. You can hear their howls at night, so you know they're there. But this animal I saw was not only larger than my Mastiffs, but larger and heavier than the wolves I have seen in the zoo and on TV and in sanctuaries. This creature was taller than my Mastiffs by at least a foot at the shoulder. And the weight, I think it would be easy to say they were over the 200-pound mark. In fact, it looked more like a slender bear than a wolf. The build was heavy, a lot heavier than a canine would be these days. And it was solid white. Now, when I was going through Pennsylvania, it was late fall, probably early winter. So the snow had started falling on the ground. This beast was white, not covered in snow. And the head, if you ever looked at a dog, even a wolf dog, a coyote, and an actual wolf in the face, there's a difference. This face was a wolf. It may have been a very heavy-bodied and enormous wolf, but the face was still a wolf. I know because it stopped. Noticed I was staring at it, turned, and looked back at me in my car. It tilted its head to the right, just like my dog does at home when they're trying to figure out what I just told them. It was trying to figure out what I was and if I was a threat. Which apparently I'm not. I'm not getting out of my car, seeing the gigantic creature along the side of the road that I'm pulled over and parked on. But it simply sat there and watched me. And I sat there and watched it. The minute I made a movement in the car toward my camera on my phone, it turned and not ran, but took 2 gigantic leaps back into the tree line. That's where it disappeared forever. I did some research when I got home because my friends all called me completely crazy. And my family did too when I told them how big this creature was. But apparently, the dire wolf was a very large and robust animal, which makes me wonder, I know they're extinct, but I swear I saw a dire wolf that day. That's the only thing it could have been. Unless you want to believe in the Michigan Dog Man. But whatever it is, it was canine. It was large and it was heavy. And I was not getting out of my car to see if it was real or not. My friend's father was a trapper, I guess you can say. Sometimes wild animals come too close to civilization, to people, to subdivisions. And sometimes you just see a large animal and you know it don't belong there, and then you call someone to come and get rid of it. Not kill it, relocate it. So my friend would go on these hunting or trapping adventures with his dad. They trapped grizzly bears that got too close to houses and stuff and homes. One particular one, they were tracking a wolf. Now this is a true story, told me from this man about him and his father. Just to let you know how intelligent wolves are. There was snow on the ground, and they were following the tracks. I'm not going to sit there and say it was a gigantic wolf. It wasn't. It was just a regular sized wolf. Paw print, probably no bigger than a Great Dane or a Mastiff or something like that in nature. And they tracked this right next to a frozen river. They tracked it for a few miles. But they never could find the wolf. All they found was tracks. Now, there was no noise. There's no indication that the animal was still even in the general area. So they decided, after walking about 2 or 3 miles, to turn around and double back on the other side of the river and see if they found tracks over there. What they found freaked them out, and as it should, because it demonstrates the intelligence of a wolf. One guy on the other side of the river, and the other one on this side of the river. And they talked back and forth on the phone. Apparently, every time they stopped to look down a track across the river, the wolf stopped and sat down, its tail brushing slightly in the snow. Then when they got back up and started walking, the wolf would get up and start walking. So even though they Of course, they was upset about this. They got mad, they got pissed off, and they stormed out of there and went home. But in this case, the hunter was actually being hunted. And at any time, that wolf could have snuck around, made its way down the river, and attacked them if it chose to. And they would have never seen it coming. Because this animal was so intelligent, it kept track of them, pace for pace. They never found that wolf. And they were never called back out for it again. Apparently it decided seeing humans in the woods were too close for comfort and it left. That's just a true story to let you know how intelligent wolves are compared to people. That when you step into the woods, just remember, you may not be the most advanced, intelligent creature out there, because you are out of your element and they are not. If you enjoyed my videos, please follow me by subscribing and click the bell overhead. Do yourself a favor. That way, when I drop new videos every week, you'll be the first ones to know. I have some new, intro or thumbnail coming up. Keep an eye out for it. Hope you enjoy it. I have a feeling I will. And before I leave, remember, come back next week and I will have another cryptid story for you in a different state. And we continue our tour of cryptid America. Beware the Shadowlands, my friend.